Layoffs are happening all over the mainstream media. We've seen that Blizzard Activision now is laying off. We've seen, of course, Amazon Prime has been laying off. All over the map. These companies have been bloated. They've just hired all these woke people in diversity jobs who have just destroyed everything across the board. And of course, news companies have done much the same. We've seen layoffs at a bunch of companies. LA Times is kind of the new one. And of course, everybody across that news industry is just getting hit real hard, except for us over at Fandom Pulse. So we're growing and it's awesome. FandomPulse.com for your pop culture entertainment news. That link's in the description too. Make sure you bookmark the site because we are covering a lot of interesting news every single day. But another person who covers interesting news is, of course, Midnight's Edge. And Tom Connors over there has done wonderful work for the culture war over the last several years against the mainstream media, because the mainstream media has just been going more and more woke and more crazy. And of course, he's made a nice little niche reporting on that and doing very well. His live streams are really entertaining and wonderful to watch. And so, of course, he mocked the layoffs going on in the mainstream media news. They are fake news and they deserve to be mocked. We used to mock them back in the day. If you remember, Learn to Code, that debacle. I know the internet doesn't remember much from more than 2 weeks ago, but Learn to Code was so funny. They were telling these journos who were getting fired this, if you missed it. And what happened was they just started branding Learn to Code as, quote, hate speech. And in fact, I got in trouble with a board game association because I told a board game journalist to learn to code. And the board game association canceled me over it, saying that I was telling her to off herself. And it's like, wait a minute. No, I'm just telling her to get another job. Shut up. But oh my gosh. So Tom's making fun of this on his live stream and people want him canceled over this, saying it's not good to make fun of other people's misfortune. Gosh, when it comes to the woke, they need misfortune. They need to be taught a lesson. They've tried to destroy our society and they've in large part succeeded with their fake news, with their fake narratives on everything from politics to pop culture. It's just been a big gaslighting of the regular American people, trying to push them into these creepy agendas that end up being about trying to convert kids into their weird sexual fetishes at the end of the day. And that's what it's about. So Tom made fun of it and he got a pushback on it right here. Even if you don't like the opinion of someone, it's not effing cool to make fun of thousands of people losing their livelihoods. Bad form, Thomas Connors Jr. I made this longtime supporter very disappointed. Well, I'm laughing my ass off, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Mainstream media bloodbath, says Axios. News outlets slash jobs as business suffers. Wow, here we are. Nearly a dozen mainstream media companies are gutting their staff. Oof. Insider, New York Daily News, Paramount, Los Angeles Times, Sports Illustrated, bye-bye. And it makes me laugh. It couldn't happen to nicer people. These people never should have been in the news to begin with. They refuse to actually report. They're all about access and sucking off these major corporations and hiding the true news from the fans out there because they want that access and that clout more than they actually want to report what's real. It's become just a totally corrupt system. And people speaking out against it, you get canceled just for reporting the wrong thing at this point. And so, gosh, these new mainstream news outlets need to go away and they need to be replaced. And that's why we are working to do so over at Fandom Pulse, of course. Here it is. Journalists of color hit hard at the seismic New York Times layoffs. Yes. It's not, what matters is the skin color of the people getting laid off. It's so ridiculous here when we look at this kind of stuff. And so, no, Tom making fun of this is absolutely a good thing. I'm going to make fun of it even more probably on my live stream today. YouTube doesn't always send out notifications of those, so make sure to check your channel there. And gosh, his response is really good on this too. I'm not going to apologize or feel sorry for people losing their jobs in journalism when all they do is bring hatred and divisiveness, cancel people, try to scare people on a daily basis, and lie. They brought this upon themselves. Hear, Tom. That is a brilliant take, and this is exactly why we need to mock these people profusely. We should never give up. We should never give them any mercy because they never gave us any mercy in canceling us to begin with. It's true. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.